the Oklahoma newsroom, this is an OSU update with John Helsley. I'm Jenny Carlson. John, the Cowboys, they're in a little bit of a funk right now. What do you put your finger on as being the main culprit in all of this?
Well, the first game of this 3-game losing streak, they really just didn't bring any energy in that loss at TCU. The last 2 games have really seen teams locked down defensively on Phil Forte. He's just not getting a lot of shots. Only got 3 shots off against West Virginia. That's not going to do it. He's a key cog in their offense. They've got to find a way to get guys shots. And if teams are going to be able to manage to slow those guys down, somebody else is going to have to hit some shots. And so far, that's not happening.
Well, obviously, teams have come to realize that it's either Forte or LeBron Nash that is gonna probably score the bulk of the points for the Cowboys. Does this mean LeBron Nash has to step it up, or is it going to have to fall on somebody else?
I think it's going to have to fall on somebody else. I mean, there's only so much that Nash can do, and teams are really paying a good amount of attention to him too. Jeff Newberry's played better at times. Anthony Hickey has played better at times, but they need 40 good minutes out of guys like that or somebody else.
Yeah. Well, now they get a little bit of a down week to maybe try to figure some things out, a full week where they don't have any games during the weekdays. Saturday, though, they go to Tech. They've almost got to win at Tech, don't they, John?
They do, and, you know, they beat Texas Tech by 20 in Stillwater, and it was a Tech team that really had trouble even getting the ball down the floor. And yet Texas Tech has been able to beat some people in Lubbock. They beat Iowa State. They beat Kansas State. They took Oklahoma to overtime. So there's no gimmies. It's going to be interesting. Travis Ford said that he's going to use this week to evaluate all the players, all right, which is an odd time of year to do that, but maybe desperate times bring desperate measures.
When you think about the rest of the schedule with this game at Tech, what do they need? What does a win at Tech need to start for these guys? Do they need to win out? Do they need to – I mean, what do they need to do to really solidify themselves as far as the NCAA tournament goes?
I think 2 wins for sure. That would get them to 9 and no worse than a 9-9 record in the conference. They have a home game with TCU coming up as well. So those are 2 very winnable games coming up. Texas Tech's the last place team in the conference. And no matter how tough they play people in Lubbock, you got to win that game. All right, and then you get TCU at home, still have to go to West Virginia. Maybe 8 wins gets them in. Texas is in a free fall as well. I think the Big 12 is going to get a number of bids, but to feel safe, I think 9 is the number.
And it seems like they could do that with those 2 teams remaining. All right, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.